Okay, sir, it's done. Now the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I express my sincere thanks to my friend Dr. Padhi for inviting me and for providing me an opportunity. I will discuss in detail about the basic concept of data analysis. Very slowly, we will do the analysis by using two different softwares, Microsoft Excel as well as SPSS with respective commands. So without wasting time, let's start today's story. Ladies and gentlemen, to conduct research, we have to undergo several steps. We identify the problem, we formulate objective, we formulate hypothesis, we collect data. After collection of data, we have to analyze data, and to analyze data, we require statistical techniques. These statistical techniques are known as inferential statistics. Since after the analysis, by using these techniques, we draw inferences for conclusion purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, all inferential statistics or all statistical techniques are divided into two different categories: parametric statistics and non-parametric statistics. Blindly, we apply the technique comes under the category of parametric statistics, but there are some assumptions. These assumptions should be fulfilled before applying the parametric statistics. Then the question arises, what are these assumptions? Two categories of techniques are in front of you, parametric and non-parametric. To apply the technique which comes under the first category, that is parametric statistics, the first assumption is the data should be normally distributed. And the second assumption is at least interval or ratio scale is required. So first we have to test the normality. If this assumption is fulfilled, in that case we have to apply parametric, otherwise we have to apply parallel non-parametric technique. I will not discuss in detail about that. Only I will discuss about the application of different techniques which comes under both categories, parametric as well as non-parametric. To apply parametric technique or to apply non-parametric statistics, we can say that we can apply in any type of distribution, maybe normal, maybe not non-normal, and in any scale of measurement. Ladies and gentlemen, there are four scales of measurements. First one is a nominal scale. Nominal scale means when we collect data in frequency or counts in a discrete series, in a whole number, that comes under the category of nominal scale. Second one is the ordinal scale. If we measure any data in an order, maybe ascending order, maybe in descending order, in a ranks, that comes under the category of ordinal scale. And the third scale of measurement is interval scale. Example, there is a long list. Anxiety, stress, depression, all are measured in an interval scale, having same intervals in between but has no fixed zero. And the scale of measurement is ratio scale, having same intervals in between but has a fixed zero. In biomedical researches, there is a long list of variables which comes under the category of ratio scale. Myoglobin content, hemoglobin, leukocytes, neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, resting heart rate, resting respiratory rate, breath holding capacity, negative breath holding capacity, positive breath holding capacity, blood pressure, systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, all are measured in ratio scale. Since this has same intervals in between and also has a fixed zero. Again, I repeat, we divided all techniques into two categories, parametric and non-parametric. We will discuss about the techniques of parametric as well as parallel non-parametric technique. So I will not discuss in detail about how to test the normality. Directly, I will start from the application of different techniques. And let's start with the first technique. We divide into two categories, parametric and non-parametric. And parametric statistics are also subdivided into two categories. One is comparative. These are applied for comparative to compare different groups. Next is relationship statistics. These techniques are applied to establish the relationship between variables. Let's start from the first, that is comparative. The smallest comparison is possible between two groups. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in the entirety of your mind, we can compare two groups. I will discuss with hypothetical examples. And we can compare more than two groups also. We can compare with covariate also. And we can establish the relationship between two variables, among more than two variables. And if we want to quantify the relationship, in that case, we have to apply regression. Now, my story starts. The comparison between, I will proceed very slowly. If you are unable to get my point, you may interrupt in between. Why? The concept should be clear, otherwise we will not be able to proceed effectively. Let's start with the first type of comparison, the comparison between two groups, how to conduct these types of studies. The technique which is used to compare two groups is known as a t-test. T-test is a statistical technique used to find out the significant difference between the means of two groups. But there are three different types of t-tests. We will discuss about the application of all three different t-tests one by one. Let's start with the first t-test, that is known as independent t-test. Independent t-test is used to find out the significant difference between two groups. Two independent groups are required. Let's formulate a hypothetical title from the field of biomedical research. Our hypothetical title is Comparison of Hemoglobin between Males and Females. Investigator want to compare two groups. Suppose we have 30 males and 30 females, and we want to find out the significant difference between the hemoglobin content of males and females. Again, I repeat, our hypothetical title is Comparison of Hemoglobin between Males and Females. We will do analysis by taking this hypothetical title. The objective of this study will be to find out the significant difference between the hemoglobin of males and females. You may formulate hypothesis also. It is hypothesized, the words may be yours. We may say it is hypothesized that there shall not be any significant difference between the hemoglobin of males and females. Both male and female possesses the same level of hemoglobin. We may formulate null hypothesis. We may formulate alternate hypothesis also. And what type of studies are conducted by using this independent t-test? The studies are survey studies. Survey means comparative survey. And which design will be used? The design will be single group design. Since we have a single design, single group, we take pre-test, static group comparison design. The name of the design is static group comparison design. We have two static groups, males and females. Please write down. Again, I repeat, our today's hypothetical title is Comparison of Hemoglobin between Males and Females. And we selected 30 males and 30 females. One more point should be clear for you. This independent t-test is known by four different names. One name is in front of you, independent t-test. Another name is student t-test. In few books, in few literature, you will find this by the name student t-test. Third name is simple t-test. Fourth name is unpaired t-test. Again, I repeat all four names of this t-test: independent t-test, simple t-test, student t-test, and unpaired t-test. This technique is known by four different names, used to find out the significant difference between the means of two groups, means of two independent groups. And in our today's title, in our today's hypothetical title, the independent groups are male and female. Total number of subjects is 60, divided into two categories, 30 males and 30 females. We will discuss later about this in detail by the application of different softwares. Let's proceed to the application of second type of t-test, that is dependent t-test. I have said earlier that independent t-test is used to conduct survey studies. What type of survey? comparative survey. And this dependent t-test is used to conduct experimental study. Let's formulate a title. Effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance. Let's formulate a simple title. Our hypothetical title is effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance. In this hypothetical title, independent variable is aerobics, a type of exercise, and dependent variable is cardiorespiratory endurance. The investigator's interest is to find out the change in cardiorespiratory endurance due to aerobics. The objective of the study shall be to find out the effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance, and the design which will be used is known as single group design. We take pre-test and we give the treatment, and in this hypothetical example, treatment is aerobics, and after, suppose we have to give 1 month treatment, 1 month aerobic training, and after 1 month we will take post-test of dependent variable. It means we can say that this dependent t-test is used to compare two different scores of the same group. In independent t-test, there were two independent groups, male and female. And in this dependent t-test, we have only one group, and we have two different scores of the same group, pre and post. It means a dependent t-test is used to find out the significant difference between the two different observations of the same group, and observations are pre and post. Independent t-test is used to conduct survey, and dependent t-test is used to conduct experiments. This dependent t-test is also known by 4 different names in different literatures. First name is in front of you, one name is in front of you, dependent t-test. This dependent t-test is also known as correlated t-test. This dependent t-test is also known as paired t-test. This dependent t-test is also known as repeated measure t-test. Again, I repeat the 4 different names of this t-test: dependent t-test, paired t-test, correlated t-test, and repeated measure t-test. Now I will proceed to the third type of t-test, that is known as one sample t-test. One sample t-test. What was our title? Please recall, what was our title for independent t-test? Comparison of hemoglobin between males and females. What was our title for dependent t-test? Effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance. And let's formulate the hypothetical title for one sample t-test. Comparison of the hemoglobin of PGI students with the normative value of hemoglobin. On one side we have a group, and on other side we have a single value, that is a normative value, that is a fixed value. It means one sample t-test is used to find out the significant difference between a group and a single value, between a group and a specified constant, between a group with a normative value. So we have discussed about the application of 3 different types of t-tests to compare 2 different columns. In the independent t-test, there were 2 independent columns. In dependent t-test, there were 2 different scores of the same group, pre and post. In one sample t-test, there are 2 columns. In one column, we have a whole group, and in another column, we have a single value. This one sample t-test is known by a single name. I didn't see another name of this one sample t-test in any literature, in any book. Now we will discuss about the application of these practically by using 2 different softwares. Let's start with the first type of t-test. Your cooperation, your active participation is expected. I will ask the questions in between. I'm not going to ask to test you. I will ask for confidence purposes, for my confidence purposes. Gentlemen, let's start with the first technique. The first technique is independent t-test. Any participant, please tell me our today's hypothetical title. Please tell me. Only one. Please unmute your mic. What is the hypothetical title for today's independent t-test?
So it is
Comparison of
of
hemoglobin
hemoglobin between male and female.
Okay, ma'am, yeah, Divya Kumar, please. Accept Divya Kumar. Mute your mic. Accept Divya Kumar. Okay, please communicate with me. Again, repeat.
It is the comparison of hemoglobin levels between male and female.
How many groups we have?
We have only one group.
No, two groups, madam.
Two groups. Is
Males and females. On
Males
how
and
many subjects you are going to conduct the study?
Sir, repeat, sir.
On how many subjects you are going to conduct this study? 60.
60.
We have discussed.
30 males and 30 females.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
First, we will perform by using Excel, and simultaneously you may write down the commands as well as you can perform simultaneously with me on your laptops. I am going to open an Excel file, see Excel worksheet, and this open with Excel. Madam, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have to enter the scores, 60 scores in two different columns. We have 30 scores, 30 scores for males and 30 for females. Let's first column males, write down, give it heading of males, and second column is females. Now we have to, what is your, madam, what is the unit of measurement for this hemoglobin? In which scale of measurement you will going to measure? In which unit of measurement you are going to measure? In any unit, you may in percentage. Agree?
Sir, percentage.
Agree?
Yes, sir.
And minimum percent. Suppose minimum percentage of our subject is 10,
7.
7, and maximum score is 12. Okay.
16.
16. Okay.
Friends, whenever you have any doubt, please raise your hand. We are there, and will moderate. We are moderating the session, and we will ask Professor Chaudhary to stop and clarify your doubt. Okay, this session, this is a skill-based session, so it should not be one-way teaching. If you will not understood a concept, then you will not understood the sequence also.
Madam, how many scores are there?
So 30, sir. 31.
31 means in the first row we have
If it
entered
is
the
males,
labels.
it's 30,
We
sir.
have given the heading. It means total scores are
30.
30 for females. Madam, now data entry is over. Data entry is complete. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, what's the name of the technique?
So independent t-test.
Independent. What is your objective? Objective is to find out the significant difference between the hemoglobin of males and females. Is it okay?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, write down the commands or perform simultaneously with me. Click on OK. Click on data analysis. And we have to select t-test 2 samples assuming equal variances. Madam, is it okay?
Yes, sir. 2 sample assuming equal variances.
Yes. This is a command in Microsoft Excel for independent t-test. T-test 2 samples assuming equal variances. Click on OK. How many variable ranges are there?
2, sir.
2 variable 1 range and variable 2 range. Variable 1
7.
range, variable. Yes, pardon?
It's 7, sir.
Not 7. Where is 7? Where is 7?
Okay, sir. What will be that, sir?
We have, see, where is my arrow?
Variable 1 range,
And now
variable 2 range,
variable 1 range is for males and variable 2 range is for
females. Okay, sir.
females. This is okay. See, now where is my arrow?
Variable 1 range,
On the arrow in front of variable 1 range.
One
On
range.
the arrow in front of variable 1 range. Click on this arrow. Select all the scores including heading. Again, click on the same arrow. Now click on the arrow in front of the variable 2 range. Now select all the scores for females. Again, click on the same arrow. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
I will repeat again and again. If you are unable to get, I will repeat again and again. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Actually, can't follow it too fast.
Now, since we have given heading or labels in the first row, that is male and female, so we have to tick, we have to select this label. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Click on OK. The output will be in front of you. But we should know how to interpret the results.
Yes, sir.
Do you require the repetition, or let's discuss about the output?
So better when we can repeat it once more, sir.
Yes.
Repeat it once more, sir.
Okay. Click on data.
Yes, sir.
Now click on. You have to tell me. You have to tell me the commands. After that, click on. See my arrow. See this cursor. Click
Yes.
on. Where is my arrow? Click on this. Any participant?
Data analysis, sir.
Data analysis. Now we have to select which technique?
2 sample assuming equal variances.
Yes. Now where we have to click?
Okay.
Okay. Now where we have to click?
Variable 1 range, go to the arrow mark against it.
Yes. Now what we have to do? We have to select
Select the
all
male.
scores of one group. That is male. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now what I have to do? Again click on the same arrow.
Arrow.
Again click on the same arrow. Now what I have to do?
Go to the variable range 2 and the arrow mark against it.
Yes. Now select all
Select
the
the female.
scores. Yes.
Again the arrow.
Please wait. Again click on the arrow and select this label. Now,
Okay.
okay, see the output. Now, how to interpret the results? How to write? You may write in our own way, but we should know how to interpret the results. Madam, how many groups we have?
2 groups, sir.
And mean value for male is?
11.1.
For
For the
females?
males and females, it is 9.6.
It means after comparing the means without the application of t-test, on the basis of mean, we can say that males possesses the high level of hemoglobin in comparison to female. Is it okay? On the basis of mean, we are not discussing about the interpretation of t-test. We are discussing on the basis of 2 means. Since males have 11, females have 9% only, we can say yes, male possesses the higher level of hemoglobin in comparison to female. Is it okay?
Yes,
Madam?
Yes, sir.
No, we cannot say. We cannot compare on the basis of means only.
Means.
This is a visual difference. Please try to understand my point. This is a visual difference. We have to find out the significant. There is a difference between visual and significant. Our purpose is to find out the significant difference. हिंदी में हम कहते हैं सार्थक अंतर. अंतर नहीं, difference नहीं देख रहे हैं. We are not seeing the difference. We are seeing significant difference. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
The significant difference, we have to take decision on the basis of t value. Here t stat is written. What is t value?
2.4.
2.40. Is it significant at 0.05? See the p value at 2 tail test. What is the value? P value?
0.019.
Since this value is less than 0.05, if this value is less than 0.05, significant difference is there. If this value is higher than, more than 0.05, no significant difference is there. Since in this obtained, please try to get my point. In this obtained t value of 2.05 is significant at 0.05 level of significance. Since the p value is, the obtained p value is 0.019. On the basis of that, it is concluded that there is a significant difference between the hemoglobin of males and females. Males possesses the high amount of hemoglobin in comparison to males. Now, the story of Microsoft Excel ends from my side. You may ask any question. How many values we considered for conclusion purposes out of this table? Only 4 values.
Yes, sir.
Mean value of male, mean value of female, t value, and last one, 4th one is?
And
P value, madam.
P value.
Total.
yes, sir.
Now, if you have doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we will discuss how to analyze by using another software, that is SPSS. The output may be more impressive.
Okay,
We
sir.
will discuss about, this is a simple, we will proceed from simple to complex. Today we are discussing about the simple techniques, and slowly we will proceed from simple to complex. Any doubt? Yes,
Good evening, sir.
Amrinder Singh ji,
I have
बताइए.
सर ये सैंपल साइज हमने 30 का लिया, अगर कम पार्टिसिपेंट्स हो तो सर?
कम पार्टिसिपेंट्स कितने भी हो सर, 10 भी ले सकते हैं, 15 भी ले सकते हैं, 20 भी ले सकते हैं, 100 भी ले सकते हैं, 1000 भी ले सकते हैं, 5000 भी ले सकते हैं. That will depend on your sample size. The same technique will be applied. Same technique will be applied. One more thing. अमरिंदर सिंह जी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा, इससे एक नया क्वेश्चन आया जो जानना जरूरी था. अमरिंदर सिंह जी, on how many subjects you conducted this study?
30 sir, मतलब in 1 group 30
All 60
total
conducted, and divided all 60 into
2 groups.
30 each.
Yes sir.
And we have equal groups, equal sample size, 30. Amrinder Singh ji, this technique,
Yes sir.
Amrit Singh Saab, this technique can be applied with equal sample size And with unequal sample size also, you can take unequal 30, 40, 50, 60, unequal sample size. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Yeah.
Pradeep Janaji,
Hello.
please ask. Pradeep. Now, Pradeep ji, you are not audible. आपकी आवाज स्पष्ट नहीं सुनाई दे रही है.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First, we have to check the notification.
अगर आप में से किसी को क्वेश्चन सुनाई दे रहा हो तो प्लीज रिपीट द क्वेश्चन. I am unable to get the question.
Dr. Pradeep, you are not audible clearly. Please check your connection.
Okay.
Any other question? Pradeep ji, you can write your question in the. You can send message also.
Sir,
Dr. Lavish?
Sir, what is the significance of the T-stat?
audible.
What is the significance of?
T-stat, जो 2.4 value आई थी.
This T value, we have to conclude on the gentleman, Gupta ji, we have two different options. By using that, we can take decision or we can conclude. One way is by seeing the significance value means P value. If this value is less than 0.05, in that case, the value of T stat is useless for us. Another way is we can compare this T value or T stat with the tabulated value. We have to see from table if this obtained T value in our example 2 point something, if this T value is higher than the tabulated value, significant difference is there. If this obtained value is lower than that tabulated value, no significant difference is there. Is it okay?
Sir,
Gupta ji.
which is the tabulated value? Which is the tabulated value?
Yes, good question. We have to see from tables, but this has see the output. Gupta ji, what is our degree of freedom?
58.
And this critical value is known as tabulated value. What is critical value?
2.00.
2 point. You can take decision by comparing, and our calculated value is
2.4.
this calculated value of 2.40 is higher than the 2. It means significant difference is there. Or another way is, since this P value is less than 0.05, you may opt any one
Okay, sir.
for interpretation purposes.
Okay, sir.
Another question? Yes, Pradeep Janaji, please ask. No, you are not audible. Let's proceed. You may write in the chat box. Otherwise, we will do the analysis by using it.
So there's one other participant, Dr. Karandi.
I want to know in the study there are 4 groups, 2 control, 2 treatment. Madam Kaur, we will proceed one by one. Today we are discussing only about independent t-test. Later we will discuss about 4 groups, experimental group, control group. It is not possible to discuss. We are discussing only about the application of independent t-test. You may ask any question in relation to independent t-test. And Ms. Kaur, I will discuss about all techniques one by one. It is not possible. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to proceed further.
Okay, sir.
You may ask only in relation to this independent t-test. No, okay. Now we will discuss by the help of SPSS. SPSS. We will discuss the same by using SPSS. I hope you have installed this SPSS and you may perform simultaneously with me. I am going to open this SPSS.
Good evening, sir. I have not installed the SPSS.
Buddy sir directed all the participants to install this. No problem. You may install later. You may learn how to analyze by using this, and you may practice later. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes. I am copying all these 60 scores. I copied these scores and I pasted in this data view. In SPSS, there are two views, data view and variable view. Paste all the scores in this data view. Sir or madam, any participant, in how many columns we entered our old scores in Microsoft Excel? In how many columns we entered?
2, sir.
2. In one column for males and in another column for females. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
In this, we have to enter all the scores in one column instead of 2 columns. Now I am cutting all these scores, and after this male scores, I am going to paste. We are using only one column. Is it okay? I entered all the 60 scores in a single column. First 30 scores belong to
Male and 30
and next
female.
30 belongs to
Male.
Female.
females. Is it okay? Now we have to give a value. Suppose you may give any value. I am giving 1 stands for males. In front of the first 30 scores, write down 1. 1 stands for
Male.
male. And suppose 2 stands for females. In this also, in SPSS also, we use 2 different columns for analysis purposes, but we entered all the scores in the single column. In the second column, we have given a value for a label, for a variable, and we have males and females for a label. Is it okay? Any doubt till now? Again, I repeat, your active participation is required. Dr. Padhi is conducting workshop. It's not a seminar. There should be two-way interaction. Is it okay?
Sir, I have a request, sir. Can you repeat the last step, sir? How do we enter? कैसे किया सर ये? I mean, एक ही column में कैसे enter किया सर?
Enter कैसे किया? We have to paste. We have to enter all the scores in a single column. We have 2 groups: 30 male, 30 female. First 30 scores in the first column is these are the scores of males. Next 30 for females. We have to enter in the single column.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Got it.
And in front of the first 30, write down 1. 1 stands for
Male.
male. 2 stands for female. Okay. Now, where is my arrow?
Variable view.
Yes, click on variable view. In the first column, we entered hemoglobin score. So write down hemoglobin. And in the second column, we have 2 groups. You may write down gender. You may give the name gender or groups. Is it okay? I am giving the name group. And in front of the group, where is my arrow? Where is my arrow? In front of the group, where is my arrow? Cursor.
Values.
Yes, click on this values. And we have given only 2 values. Value 1. Value 1. We have to give the label for value 1. So 1 stands for?
A.
Write down the males. Yes. And then add And here we have to write down value
2.
Yes, 2. And here label,
Female.
yes,
Female.
write down the females and click on add, click on OK. Now data entry is complete. Now you may write down the command to analyze. Where is the arrow?
Analyze.
Analyze.
Click on this. Now,
Compare means.
yes, now,
Independent sample details.
yes, click on this independent sample t-test. Bring this hemoglobin, click on hemoglobin, click on this arrow, bring this hemoglobin in test variable and group in grouping variable and click on define groups. How many groups we have?
2.
Groups.
2. And we have given the value 1 for group 1 and 2 for group 2. Click on continue, click on OK. The result will be in front of you. See, we are see my arrow. We are comparing hemoglobin between 2 groups, male, female, and we conduct this study by taking 30 male, 30 female. Mean is 11.13 for males and female. For females 9.60. Standard deviation is this. Standard error of mean is this, and this is the t value 2.402, and 2 tail significant difference is 0.20, same as previous one. On the basis of this also, it is concluded that there is no significant difference. Sorry, there is a significant difference between the hemoglobin of males and females. Since this obtained p-value of 0.02 is less than 0.05. Is it okay?
Yes,
Need
sir.
repetition?
Yes, sir. Repetition.
Okay, without saving this, I am. Now, madam, you have to tell me. And if you are unable to tell, I will tell. Now, where we have to click?
Analyze.
Yes, now.
Now, compare means.
Yes, now.
Independent sample t-test.
I click on this. And
Hemoglobin, yes. That is the
hemoglobin ko kahan le jana hai? Where we have to,
test variable.
and where we have to bring this group?
Grouping variable.
Now define the groups. Groups are 1 and 2. Continue.
One is for male and 2 for female.
Yes. Now, मैडम अब क्या करूं?
Define groups.
मैडम डिफाइन कहां से? डिफाइन की आवश्यकता नहीं. डिफाइन तो कर चुके हैं ना. देखिए ना, डिफाइन तो हम कर चुके हैं. We have written 1 and 2.
Continue.
Now,
Okay.
yes, click on OK. The output will be in front of you. See the output. If you want to ask any questions regarding interpretation of the output, you may ask without hesitation. जब तक एक टेक्निक में हम पारंगत नहीं होंगे, तब तक आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे. Without bringing perfection in any technique, we will not proceed further. यदि इस टेक्निक के बारे में we have discussed in detail about this technique. इस टेक्निक के बारे में विस्तार से हम चर्चा कर चुके हैं. We have discussed in detail about only one technique, that is independent t-test by using both softwares, Microsoft Excel as well as SPSS. If you have doubt regarding this, please ask. Otherwise, today we will discuss about one more technique, that is dependent t-test. In biomedical researches, you will find in journal, in different research papers published in the research papers indexed in PubMed, Web of Science Scopus. Dependent t-test का अधिक use होता है. Since in biomedical field, you conduct experimental studies.
फिर आफ्टर कंपेयर मींस इंडिपेंडेंट टी-टेस्ट सेलेक्ट करके उसके बाद मैंने समझ नहीं आया क्या करना.
क्या मैडम?
सर ये एनालाइज एंड देन कंपेयर मींस उसके बाद
हाँ मैडम, देखिए ना, आप देखिए.
इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी-टेस्ट.
Analyze,
यस सर.
compare means,
Yes, sir. Independent.
इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी टेस्ट,
Yes, sir.
ये मैं बाहर वापस इनिशियल पोजीशन में ला रहा हूँ। हीमोग्लोबिन को कहां लेकर जाऊं मैडम? टेस्ट वेरिएबल में मैडम, टेस्ट वेरिएबल में। इज इट ओके?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
और इस ग्रुप को कहां लेकर जाऊं?
Grouping variable.
ग्रुप वेरिएबल, और डिफाइन करते हैं ग्रुप। ऑलरेडी हम लिख चुके हैं, ग्रुप 1 1, ग्रुप 2 2। अब क्या
Yes,
करूं?
sir. Continue.
अब
Sir, okay.
बस ये हो गया मैडम, ये
Okay. Okay, sir.
द
Yes, sir.
आउटपुट विल बी इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू।
Yes, sir.
फिर भी कोई डाउट है, और ऐसा नहीं है, अगले जितने भी सेशंस होंगे उन सेशंस में भी चर्चा होगी। पिछले सेशंस में कोई डाउट रहता है तो यू में आस्क अगेन एंड अगेन।
Yes, sir.
तो कम से कम 2 टेक्निक तो हम करें आज, एक दिन में 2 टेक्निक्स को तो ठीक से जान ले। कोई डाउट है? एनी पार्टिसिपेंट प्लीज आस्क।
Hello.
Sir,
यस पढ़ी सर, may I proceed further?
Sir, excuse. Sir, can you please tell how to interpret the independent t-test results? How to interpret that?
Yes, madam. Madam Kaur, please tell me how to get output. Please tell me, and I will, after obtaining the output, I will tell how to.
Sir,
Please tell me. Analyze.
Sir, now the compare means sir independent sample t-test sir.
हाँ हो गया मैडम, ठीक है। और
Sir,
हीमोग्लोबिन को यहाँ है, क्लिक
ऊपर,
करो।
yes sir.
Yes, ठीक।
Yes.
Madam, we have to interpret the results on the basis of a single value. This significant two-tailed. What is the value?
The meaning of this one-tailed and two-tailed sir, I didn't get.
Madam, please remember this. If the value is significant at two tail, that will always be significant at one tail. जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है एरर की संभावना होगी, ये मेरा सजेशन है, एडवाइस है, ऑलवेज सी द वैल्यू एट टू टेल. आई विल टेल दिस इन डिटेल.
ओके सर.
हाँ, जो हाइपोथेसिस को एक विस्तार से पढ़ेंगे ना आप, तो अब इसको टू टेल की पूरी कहानी को करेंगे तो इसमें तो पूरा सेशन इसी में निकलेगा. अभी आप ये ध्यान रखिए कि टू टेल पे जो सिग्निफिकेंट होगी वन टेल पर ऑटोमेटिकली होगी ही.
ओके सर. और
जो एरर, जो हाइपोथेटिकल एरर होने की संभावना घट जाएगी.
ओके सर. या
तो स्टैटिस्टिक्स में आप बहुत अधिक एक्सपर्ट हो, ये बिगिनर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, यदि बहुत अधिक एक्सपर्ट्स नहीं है तो हम क्यों रिस्क लें? डोंट टेक रिस्क. इज इट ओके?
यस सर.
इसलिए अभी इतना ही मान लीजिए बस.
सर मैं एक मिनट लूं. राजीव सर.
हाँ सर.
सर मैं 1 मिनट लेता हूँ इनको बस ब्रीफली कि टेल का मतलब क्या है. हम लोग जब डेटा, आप बेल शेप कर्व देखते हो ना, जो डेटा हम एनालिसिस करते हैं, टेल. When you assume something, we are assuming that we are 95% sure and 5% error हो सकता है.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, that 5% error we will distribute in two end of the bell shape curve.
Okay sir, okay sir.
So therefore, whenever we are doing something, it is always better you take two-tailed, not one-tailed.
Okay sir, okay.
If it is significant at two-tailed, it is automatically will be significant at
one-tailed.
Two-tailed. One-tailed.
One-tailed, yes sir.
Okay, so we'll discuss this during our hypothesis testing. Professor Chaudhary will discuss using an example, but this is just for your understanding.
Okay sir, okay, I got it.
एक पढ़ी सर ने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया बिल्कुल स्पष्ट तरीके से. फिर भी मैडम, और यू आर कंफर्टेबल इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी? ज्यादा अच्छा, हिंदी में समझेंगे?
एनीथिंग सर, हिंदी भी चलेगा सर.
हिंदी भी चलेगा. मैडम, हमारा टॉपिक टाइटल क्या है? वी आर कंपेयरिंग मेल्स एंड फीमेल्स.
यस सर, यस सर.
सपोज आपकी हाइपोथेसिस है, हाइपोथेसिस नल हाइपोथेसिस क्या होगी? देयर इज नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन द हीमोग्लोबिन ऑफ मेल्स एंड फीमेल्स. इज इट ओके?
यस सर.
अल्टरनेट होगी, देयर विल बी सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस बिटवीन.
यस सर.
अंतर आएगा नहीं आएगा यही मान के चल रहे हैं ना?
यस सर.
आपने one tail is towards male and one tail is towards female. अगर ये करें, यह परिकल्पना की जाती है कि it is hypothesized male will possess higher amount of hemoglobin. यानी you elongated tails towards males. One tail.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ये null alternate है. यदि आप कहें कि यह परिकल्पना की जाती कि इस समूह का अधिक मिलेगा, it means you have formulated. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
लेकिन आपने जो हाइपोथेसिस थी, 2 टेल थी या 1 टेल था, क्या था उसमें? टेल का, अगर टेल की बात करें,
Yes, sir.
क्या था?
Sir,
2 टेल है ना?
two-tailed है. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, Divya ji, I will speak in English. So, since we formulated such type of hypothesis, there will be significant difference, or there will not be any significant difference. In that case, always see at
Two
tail.
tails. Yes, sir.
Along, if you assume that this group will possess is higher than this group, it means
We tailed towards the male.
you have formulated directional hypothesis. You specified a direction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Padhi sir, is it okay, sir? Padhi sir.
Sir, absolutely, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, okay. To add why this error is allowed 5%, because your assumption cannot be 100% true. Right?
Yes, sir.
There
Yes, sir.
maybe we are allowing 5% error. That we'll
Yes, sir.
discuss. What is type 1 error, type 2 error in details. But that 5% is the chance we are giving. And that is should be distributed in both the end of the curve.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Sir, please continue.
We will discuss about one more technique. Any participant who will cooperate me, who will interact with me, any participant, please volunteer. Any participant?
Sir,
I can do that, sir.
We are going to discuss about dependent t-test to conduct experimental studies. Who will cooperate me?
I can do that, sir.
Yes, Gupta ji. Gupta ji, what was our title for dependent t-test?
Sir, endurance before and after aerobic
Our
exercise.
title is effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
From where you will start the study? You will collect that pre-test of cardiorespiratory endurance. First, you will collect the pre-test data for cardiorespiratory endurance. Gupta ji, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
After collecting pre-test, what you will do?
Sir, we will apply the intervention. We will.
Yes, you will apply the intervention. You will give the treatment, and the duration, hypothetical duration is suppose
1 month.
1 month. And after 1 month, what you will do?
We will check the endurance again. We will
Again,
measure
in the form
endurance
of
again.
post-test.
Yes.
It means our purpose is to compare pre and post. Here our purpose is to find out the significant difference between the cardiorespiratory endurance of pre and post. If the difference exists, we can say that yes, there is a significant effect of aerobics on endurance. If there is no difference between pre and post, in that case, we can conclude there will not be any significant effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance. Gupta ji, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
On how many subjects you are going to conduct this study?
On 30 subjects.
30. And on how many subjects we conducted the study for independent test?
60 subjects.
60. Please, Gupta ji, please tell me.
30 each, sir. 30 each, sir.
30. Madam Kaur, you conduct total number of subjects were?
60.
60. And total number of scores were?
Scores.
60.
Yes, sir. Will put that.
And in this example, since Gupta ji told that he is going to conduct the study on how many subjects, Gupta ji?
30.
30. And what will be the number of scores?
Total 60, 30 before and
Yes.
30 after.
In independent t-test, the number of score and the number of subjects will be equal. And in this, the number of scores will be just double than number of subjects. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the first column, we have the scores for Gupta ji.
Retest.
And in the second column, we have to write down
Post
post
test.
and cardiorespiratory endurance. I am entering the scores of cardiorespiratory endurance. I am going to enter the 30 scores of cardiorespiratory endurance. Gupta ji, how many scores are there?
30, sir.
30. And you told us that then you will give the intervention, you will give the treatment for how many days?
1 month.
1 month. Now, Gupta ji, 1 month is over. Now,
So we will compare the endurance.
and we will not compare the endurance. First, you will collect the data.
Oh,
After
sir,
collecting
we
the
will.
data, you will
Yes, we
compare.
will. Yes, we will measure the post-test endurance.
Yes, you will measure the post-test scores. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Gupta ji. Now the data entry is complete. Now we are going to analyze by using the same. Where is my arrow?
Data.
Data. Now,
Data analysis.
click on this data analysis. Now,
T-test pair 2 sample for means.
t-test paired 2 sample for means. This is the command for dependent t-test, paired t-test, correlated t-test, or repeated measure t-test. We have discussed earlier that this is known by 4 different names. So we have to select t-test paired 2 samples for means. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now click on OK. Remaining part will be same as independent t-test. Very in front of the variable 1 range. Click on this arrow. Select all the pre-test scores. Again, click on the same arrow. Again, click on the arrow in front of variable 2 range. Select all the scores of the post-test. Again, click on the same arrow in the same way, in the same manner that we have done in case of independent t-test. In the same way, we have to select these labels. Click on OK. The results will be in front of you. You have to explain this output. What is the, Gupta ji, what is the mean value for pre-test?
62.2.
For post-test?
73.3.
P-value is?
Minus 3.04.
Please keep in your mind, the t-value cannot be in minus. We have to ignore this sign. This is the mistake of our software. The t-value is 3.04. Mean difference cannot be. Difference cannot be in minus. Is it okay? The difference will always be positive in positive value. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
We have to ignore the sign. Now at 2 tail, what is the value? 0.00. Since this value is less than, yes, there is a significant effect of aerobics on cardiorespiratory endurance. अगर
Yes,
किसी
sir.
को अपनी कार्डियोरेस्पिरेटरी एंड्योरेंस बढ़ानी है तो एरोबिक्स खूब करें. ये हमारे परिणाम है. Our result is this. Now you may ask any question. Then after that, we will discuss how to analyze by using SPSS. After this, we will do the same. Now you can ask any question.
Sir, can we apply the tabulated value less than the calculated value here also? Is it possible?
Yes,
to do
yes,
that?
madam. You can use the tabulated value also. Or you can use the significance value. Interpretation will be same. The result will be same.
Okay,
But
sir.
nowadays, when there was no software, when myself and Dr. Padi was doing their researches, their PhD, our PhD, when we were doing our PhD at that time, there was no software. At that time, we concluded after comparing the calculated value with the tabulated value. But nowadays, madam, there is no trend of comparing this. Since we have calculated significance value, p values, what is the need to? That is the old method. पुरानी बात है, क्यों उसको करें? But you can do. If you want to do, you can do. Madam.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Any other question? Any other question? No. Now we will do the same. Today's last part. Now we will do the analysis by using SPSS. I am going to copy these 60 scores. I am going to copy these 60 scores of the 30 subjects, and I am going to enter these scores in SPSS. Please tell me. I will ask two questions. In Excel, for independent t-test, in how many columns we entered the score? In case of independent t-test, while calculating or analyzing by using Microsoft Excel, in how many columns we entered all the scores?
Two columns.
Two columns.
Column.
And while performing this analysis by SPSS, in how many columns we entered all the scores?
Only one.
Only one.
One column.
Good. In how many columns to analyze by using this dependent t-test by using Excel? In how many columns we entered?
Two
columns.
Yes.
two columns.
In SPSS also, to perform this dependent t-test, we enter in two columns, same as Excel. But in independent t-test, we entered in a single column. We should keep in our mind, this is the important point. How many columns we have to use?
Two.
Two.
Two
Yes.
columns.
Now the first column is for pre. Write down the pre. The first column is for pre, and second column is for post. Dear participants, in independent t-test, we have given the value 1 stands for males, 2 stands for females. But here, we didn't give any value. There is no need to give any label. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now data entry is complete. Click on analyze. Click on compare. Compare means click on where is my arrow?
Paired sample.
Click on this and make a pair. Bring pre in this paired variable. bring post also in, and make a pair. Data entry is complete. Click on OK. The results will be in front of you. See, the pre mean is 62 point something, post mean is 73.30, and the t value is 3.04. We ignored the sign, and t value is 0.005. The result, the output is same as Excel. We performed this technique, analysis of this technique by using both softwares, Microsoft Excel and SPSS, and output is same in both. You need any repetition?
Sorry, could you repeat the data entry part, the number of columns
In SPSS or Excel?
in SPSS?
Sir, we have to enter all the scores in the same manner as we entered in Excel. There is no difference. We have to use two columns. In the first column, we have to enter the score for pre. In second column, we have to enter the score for post. There is no need to give values or labels. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
It's very easy to enter the scores in case of paired t-test in SPSS in comparison to independent t-test. There we have given the value as well as labels.
Right, sir.
Any other question? Any other question? Today we have.
Sir, my p values are different in Excel and SPSS, sir.
No, it's not possible. It's not possible.
Okay.
In frictions, it will change. Suppose your value is 0.069. Suppose 0.69. Another software may give 0.07 only. This type of difference may be there. Otherwise, it's not possible. Never. It will be same in both the softwares. If you want to do, share your screen, perform in front of me.
Okay, sir. I'll try. Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, yes.
This is my pre and post test values that I had typed.
It's not visible on the screen here. But sir, is it visible?
Sir, can you share it once again?
Yes, sir.
Please share once again.
Yes, sir. I've just shared. I'm hoping it's visible now.
Yes, it's visible.
Now
Okay.
it's visible. Open Excel.
So this is my Excel pre and post test values. So I go to data analysis, t-test paired to sample for means.
Yes.
And then the data set is fine with the labels. It's already been selected. So I click OK. And my values,
Your p value is?
Sir, the two tail one is 2.04.
How?
So the data sets that I entered were a little bit different. So maybe because of that. I did not enter the same data values as you did, sir.
Madam, if you didn't enter the same value, how you expect that the p-value will be same?
No, sir, not the same as you. I copied the same data into the SPSS file, so I should be getting
yes. See, what is your p-value?
minus 2.04.
Madam, p-value cannot be point. It will be in between 0 to 1.
Okay, sir, but this is what I'm getting.
No, it's not possible. Padisar wo expansion hai 0.0000 something. That is shown by capital E. Padisar.
This
Yes,
one.
sir. This means it is highly significant. Okay, look at the e to the power minus 0.8.
Okay, sir.
That e means e 10 to the power minus 0.8. Okay, so it is highly significant, less than 0.01.
Okay, sir.
So if any symbol it is there, you can consider less than 0.01.
It means 0.0000.
Yes, okay, sir. So that's how I got in SPSS, less than 0.001.
Good.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you for clarifying that.
Any other question? Padisar, is it okay for today?
So anybody has any questions, just fundamental clearance, you can ask.
Sir, actually, I'm very beginner for SPSS, so I just installed the SPSS in Mac system. So, can you just let me know how to actually start it?
Okay, that I will, Dr. Gurmeet, that I will demonstrate after this session. So let Professor Rajiv sir clears any concept, okay, concept of statistics, what you want. All those hands-on that we will do. Okay, so Rajiv sir, can you please just show that your first slides, that where we are, what we are planning to demonstrate in this course, in the due course of time. And if you have any doubt, number one, when you will do independent t-test, when you will do dependent t-test, when you will do chi-square, when you will do t, all those concepts should be cleared. Rest of the things software will do. You need to understand when to go for independent t-test, when to go for dependent t-test, when to go for ANOVA, when to go for chi-square, when to go for t-test. That logic you as a human, as a researcher, you should have. Rest, software will do the job.
Yes, sir. We will discuss about the comparative relationship, independent t-test, dependent t-test, one sample t-test, one way ANOVA, repeated measure ANOVA, beta between ANOVA, within ANOVA, within ANOVA, ENCOVA, simple correlation, multiple correlation, partial correlation, linear correlation, multiple regression, logistic regression, and in case of non-parametric techniques, we will discuss about man-within U-test. These are the techniques. We will discuss in detail about these techniques. Is it okay? That will depend on your speed. In the next session, we will discuss about the remaining one t-test, that is one sample t-test, and we will discuss about the parallel non-parametric technique of these t-tests. How to analyze by using non-parametric techniques, by using the same hypothetical examples. Participants, any doubt in today's session? Buddy sir, is it okay for today?
Yes, sir. Sir, you can leave. We'll go ahead with the demonstration of the SPSS interface, and I will clear some doubt. Tomorrow, sir, we'll meet again at same time, 7:30.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to you all. Thanks to all participants too. Thank you very much.